Hello, my name is Xehara Pledger. I just finished my first interview and now I'm answering the questions after the interview. So the first question is, how did you feel? So I was very nervous at first and I didn't really know what to expect. And so I was just preparing myself and I thought it was gonna be like a regular interview, like a one-on-one interview, with someone asking me questions and I'm answering them and things like that. So I thought it was just gonna be like a common interview, asking questions like, why do you want to be a part of the program, how will this program help you in life, what are some things you're interested in, like questions like that. But it was totally different. It was like a group of us and we were all just together answering questions that we were given, and we were giving our opinion, kind of like a debate. So yeah, it was very different. So I was nervous at first, but then once the questions started rolling in, I was nervous, but I started to get less nervous because it was just a group of people all sharing their opinions, but I was still very nervous. And I started to feel more and more comfortable as the questions started rolling in. It felt more and more comfortable as people started answering the questions and as people had things to say about the questions or how they felt or what they put in the chat. So the next question is, what stood out to you? So one thing that stood out to me was that some people were very reserved and others were not so reserved. So like there were a good like 3 to 5 people that were just like on it, just answering every question, was just saying their opinion, wasn't really like, oh, let me hold back, they just said what they wanted to say. And others were just like sitting back, like me, sitting back, listening to what they were saying, analyzing what they're saying, still had my ideas, just didn't share them as much as they shared theirs. And yeah, so it really helped me like see what other people are thinking while I still have my thoughts, but just not jumping in and saying stuff. And yeah, what also stood out is it was not a regular interview. It was something different than anything that I've done before. It was an interview where you come in, you say your opinion, and it's like you listen to others, you say yours, and it's just all about what you think. So it was very different than any other interview or any other thing that I've done before. So that is something that really stood out to me that I will always remember. And the next question is, what did I do well? So I was always taught to listen before I speak. So I listened to what other people were saying. Even though I put my ideas or what I thought in the chat, I listened to what other people were saying about the questions that were asked. And I was just listening to what they were saying. It was helping me build more on top of what I already thought, helping me get more knowledge, and helping me think more about what I said, and was thinking about the different sides. So what I did really well was just listen to what others were saying and really like taking that in and thinking about it, and was like, oh, okay, this makes sense, that makes sense. And then I also answered the questions in the chat, which I think I did really well with. I put the answers to the questions in the chat. And yeah, so it really helped me focus and listen to what everybody was saying, what everybody felt, and like helping me like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And so the next question, what would you do better on next time? So what I would do better on next time is definitely answering more questions. I feel like if I answered more questions, I would have been able to get my point across instead of holding back, or maybe people could have had more to say if they heard what I had to say, and it could have helped the conversation instead of me holding back and not thinking so much. So I also could not like hold back so much. I could just say what I have to say, and yeah, and not be apprehensive, because I love to speak. Like I love to speak out and say what I have to say. It was just, I was wondering like, does my answer sound good enough like their answer? Does it make sense? So I was just holding back and not really saying what I wanted to say when I could have said what I wanted to say. And yeah, so, and it made me understand that I can't hold back and that I can't be tentative. And I just need to listen, but still answer instead of just sitting back and listening. So the next question is, what resonated with you? So what resonated with me is how well everybody was speaking. Everybody had their own way they said things and knew what they wanted. It wasn't like they were changing their mind because of what other people said. They were like, okay, this is my answer. This is what my opinion is. I want to hear your opinion, and then we can go from there. And that really resonated with me. And also how they articulated their thoughts. They were saying things, but they weren't talking too fast. They were thinking through what they were saying, listening, taking in what other people were saying, and then saying what they were saying on top of what other people had already said in their previous arguments or their previous opinion. And they're very clear and concise with their answers. There weren't any things like that. And they were very clear with their responses. And I know I just said but they were very clear with their responses. Okay, so the next question, what did I learn about myself? I learned that I can think fast and that I can develop great answers. So when the questions were asked, I was able to think through them and write them down and think and okay, well, this is what I have for the answer. Really fast. I could develop an answer, think fast and develop an answer. But I just learned that I can just hold back sometimes when I should just go for it. Like how I said previously on what I could work on. That's one thing I could work on. Like I can think really fast. I can give good answers, can develop great answers. Just I'm worried that it's not good enough. So I learned that I need to stop second guessing myself, and that I second guess myself a lot. And that is bad because I had a great opportunity to show what I really had, and I wasted it because I was second guessing myself. So the next question is, what did I learn from the program? So I learned that everyone is really nice and really welcoming, and they listen to you and you listen to them, and they add on to what you're saying. And if they don't understand something, they'll ask you a question instead of being like, what did you say? I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense. They just asked you more questions to develop what you already had to say, so that you can be a faster thinker and that you can develop better answers than what you already had, and really think about it when they ask you a question to go on top of the question that they already asked. And I also learned that they're concerned about your best interest. They want the best for you. It's not like anybody is out to get anybody. They are asking you questions so that you can really strategically think and know what you're gonna say. And I also learned from the program that if you have connections with people in the program, you can have connections with people outside of the program. So if I know somebody in the program, I can go to them and they can help me out with things that I'm trying to do in life, instead of just keeping it to myself and trying to figure it out. You have other people that you can go to that can help you get the opportunities that you're looking for. And I also learned that, they help you develop and grow into a family. All of you guys can become a family, but you can also develop and grow as a person when you get older and you get out in the real world. You can use the same thing that you learned from this program, and you can go out and learn public speaking, how to strategically think, how to have conversations with people, how to have debates without getting mad, getting angry, having a full-on argument with somebody. You can learn how to have good how to just have good character skills, and have good social intelligence. That's what I was looking for, social intelligence. And yeah, so that's one thing that I have learned from the program. And to go back on one thing that stood out to me, what also stood out to me was that we all have this opportunity to do something great, and they're giving us this opportunity to help us show the world what we have, and to help each other think and come together and just stand out and be yourself. So it wasn't like you were boxed in, or you couldn't say certain things, or they were going against you when you were saying certain things. You were able to say whatever you wanted to say, and people might agree and people might have disagreed, but everybody was still like together on the same page. So I would like to thank you for this opportunity, and I would really like to thank you for letting me seize my moment in my interview. And I should have done better, and I should have just like went out there and not have held back so much. But I would like to thank you, and I would like to thank you for watching my video. Again, I'm Xehara Pledger, and I would like to thank you. Bye.